guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Leisha. I am a local wreath maker in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I am excited to share a tutorial with you. So today we are going to be making a ladybug themed pancake style wreath. The pancake style wreath just means it's a thinner wreath that still has some fullness to it, but you're able to close your screen door, your storm door, and it won't smush the wreath. It is super simple to make, and yeah, I'm excited. So let's go over everything that you're gonna need. First thing I'm gonna be using is just a wreath form. This is one of the 14-inch wreath forms. I literally got this from the Dollar Tree, so it was $1.25. You will need your rotary cutting tool. I use the Fiskars brand. This is my favorite. I will link it in the description. You will need a pair of scissors. I don't know what brand these are. Something. So I will link them. These are my favorite scissors. These bad boys are strong, sturdy, durable. I think my husband calls them like the Chomper 3000s. Like, they are legit, but I love them. I will link those below as well. You are going to need 13 pipe cleaners. We're going to put 12 on the actual wreath form, and then one for a bow, to wrap around a bow so that we can do a bow. Then whatever sign you'd like, I've got this sign that I picked up from Craft Outlet. It is one of the plastic waterproof signs, so we're going to use that. Then whatever deco mesh that you want to use. So I am using this here. I thought that it would go perfect with the whole ladybug theme. It's kind of got a little bit of a shimmer to it, just red, black, and white. And then you'll need whatever ribbon. I'm going to use 4 different ribbons, 2 of the 2.5-inch ribbon, and then 2 of the 1.5 inch. So I have, these are my 2.5-inch ribbons that I'm gonna use. Super fun. And then these are the 1.5 inch that I'm gonna use. Can't go wrong with polka dots. Definitely mirrors our sign. The last thing that you will need is a mat. This one is a 36-inch self-healing rotary cutting mat. And then optional is a bow maker. I normally use a different bow maker, but this one is a new one that I've got. I've been trying out. This is the Deluxe Easy Bow. So we will use this as well. So that is it. That's all we're gonna need. So let's get everything prepped and then we'll get started. All right, I am definitely a huge advocate for doing all the prep work up front with cutting the mesh, cutting the ribbons, getting the frame prepped, because then you can just fly right through the process. So some people do this different ways. This is the way I do it. So we are going to use a total of 12. Again, we're doing a pancake style wreath. So we're going to use 12 pipe cleaners, or Chanel stems, whatever you want to call them. So you've got your inner ring. So this is the inner, this is the outer. Okay. If you can see, inner ring, outer ring, okay, or top and bottom. So what I do is I'm going to use these crossbars on the inner ring, and I'm gonna put a pipe cleaner on all 6 of these. And then the outer ring, and I'm gonna use the 2 rings. The outer rings, I'm gonna put them in the center, okay? So it'll make more sense here in just a second. So your inner bars, okay? I'm just gonna do this, and you're just gonna give it a couple of twists. Some people choose to, put hot glue on it. I don't, it's okay. So inner bar on that crossbar, then I'm gonna go right here to the outer. Let me just put that on there tight, okay? And then inner, so you're just gonna alternate back and forth. And when it's all said and done, you'll have 6 pipe cleaners on the inner rings and 6 on the outer rings. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will be right back. All right, I have all of my pipe cleaners on. Again, on the crossbars, I used the inner, and I did 6, and then 6 on the outer. And as you see, I did a, you know, kind of like an in out pattern. Okay, so that's all with that. The next thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna cut our deco mesh. So for this particular style wreath, the pancake style, you are gonna wanna cut your deco mesh at 20 inches. Okay, and I like to just kind of even out. It's kind of a, not totally even when you first get it. So just make a straight line cut, and then I'm gonna cut all of these at 20 inches. All right, we got all of our deco mesh cut. I forgot to tell you, I'm sure it was a given, but 12 of these. So we cut 12 of the deco mesh at 20 inches. So that's gonna go on our 12 pipe cleaners. And then this is about what we have left. So, I mean, you could get another wreath out of this, another pancake wreath. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is prep our ribbon. I am gonna cut these at about 13 to 14 inches and dovetail the ends of them. And then we will be ready to start putting our wreath together. All right, let's go ahead and get all of our ribbon cut. You're gonna do a total of 12 bundles. So I'm gonna do 2 ribbons in each bundle, and then you'll need a total of 12 of those. So I'm gonna cut 6 sets of this and 6 sets of this. Before I cut these, this is my first time opening this, and let me tell you, it's the little things that make me so happy. This is like a, you can't feel this, but it's like a velvety, like really soft material, and I didn't know that. So anyway, yay, that's exciting. All right, let's go. Let's get on there. All right, my least favorite part is done, which is just doing all of the cutting and all the things that are necessary, but they're not fun. The fun part is actually like putting the wreath together. So now it's time for that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna start on this outer ring, okay? You can start on the inner, but I did that the last time I made one of these, and even though it's doable, it was a pain in the... So we are not gonna do that this time. So we're gonna go around, we're gonna start the outer ring, okay? So we're gonna put our deco mesh around the outer, our ribbon around the outer, okay? And then we'll do deco mesh around the inner, ribbon around the inner, put our sign and our bow, and we're done. All right, so for this, you are going to just lay this out straight. I put like a little tuck at the end, and then here in the center of your mesh, you are just gonna walk your fingers and gather the mesh as you go, okay? So we're just walking and grabbing as we go. It's like your fingers are little spiders. Okay, and then you can kind of tuck the end. Okay, so now you've got your kind of like a bow tie. You're gonna put it right here in one of your outer pipe cleaners and give that a good twist 1 or 2 times, okay? And then you're gonna overlap just to kind of make it into like a circle, okay? So that's it. Let's do one more. Okay, you're just gathering and pulling. You're gonna put it right here. If you hear any noise, I apologize. My 20-year-old man-child is upstairs, probably playing video games, and he gets very animated when he does so. So I do apologize if you hear any crazy noise. All right, so that's it. We're gonna go around. I'm gonna do the other 4. And got our 6 ruffles on here. It's kind of cool looking, isn't it? So we've got those on. These are all on the outer. Now at this point, you could go ahead and do the inner rings if you want, but I like to just go ahead and add the ribbons on, get that out of the way, and then do the inner part. When you start doing the inner part, that's when it gets a little bit tricky because everything wants to stick together, but that's okay. So we are just gonna go ahead and put our ribbons on in each of our bundles here. I did cut these at 14 inches and then dovetailed the ends, as you can see. If you hear a weird noise, it is trash day. All right, so you're just gonna open up your pipe cleaner, and then this is where you're gonna give it a couple of really good twists because we don't want anything falling off our wreath. Okay, and then from here, I just trim it and then push that down really, really good. Okay, and then you can put your ribbons however you want them. And then you're just going to alternate. So remember we did 4 different ribbons. So in this one, we'll do the next set, which is our cute little ladybugs. And it's hard to tell. Oh no, you can actually see. The red polka dots are sparkly. And then we're doing that mixed with the black and white polka dot. So cute. This is the perfect little wreath for spring or summer. And really it could take you into fall as well. So we love a good versatile wreath. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of my ribbons added to this outer. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the inner. I'm gonna add those 6 ruffles. There we go. English is hard. We're gonna add the 6 ruffles and ribbon, and then I'll be back. Okay, I know I said I was gonna come back after I got all the inner ones in, but I figured I would pop back in here just to show you what I did. So I finished all of the outer rings. So for these inner ones, to make my life just a little bit easier, I pulled them up through kind of in between 2 of these bottom ruffles. That way they're just easier to access. Now, deco mesh, as you know, it will stick to everything. It tries to fray. Heaven forbid you are wearing a sweater when you're working with deco mesh because you're gonna have to keep pulling it apart. Same thing is gonna happen with this deco mesh. On deco mesh, it's gonna get sticky. You're gonna have to pull it apart. So just be careful. And by sticky, I mean, you know, kind of like Velcro, if you will. But anyway, as you can see though, by pulling that up through there, through the center, it just makes it a little bit easier to work with. There we go. As you can see, they're sticking together. And then you're just gonna do like this. I love the pancake wreath. I have a storm door, and so it's just nice to have. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a nice full big old wreath. And oops, I forgot to close off my pipe cleaner. I love a full wreath, and so I will shove it in my storm door anyway. And just smush the wreath a little bit, or sometimes I'll hook it on the outside of my storm door. But these are really, really nice to, if you're really wanting to make sure to keep the integrity of the shape of the wreath and everything else. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna get the other 4 on here and the ribbon, and then I'll be back. You guys, guys. Okay, I have all of the deco mesh on and all of the ribbons. Look at that. This is the thing that I love about the Pancake style. Like, it's thin, right? She's a slender girl, but also it gives the illusion of being thick, or at least let's say it's full, like it seems very full. So the back, this is what the back looks like. So it's really neat. I used pipe cleaners that go along with the color scheme. You don't have to, it really doesn't matter. That's just what I chose to do. So the back looks really neat and the front looks really beautiful. So we are almost done. We have two things left to do. One is attach our sign, and then the other, I guess three things. One is to attach the sign and then make a bow and attach the bow. So I'm thinking about doing maybe like, yeah, I think I like the sign like kind of towards the bottom. And then I think I'll do a pretty bow up here, I think. I have my hot glue gun warming up. This is the Lynn Lily. Lynn Lily by Shore Bonder. I am not sponsored by Shore Bonder, but hit a girl up if you want to. I have so many products of Shore Bonder I love, love, love. But anyway, the Lynn Lily by Shore Bonder high temp hot glue gun. So that is warming up. I grabbed two more of our pipe cleaners. Of course, we have the sign. And then I think what I'm going to use are two of these cable tie mounts. I think this is what we're going to do. I'm going to attach these to the back of the sign. And then I think we'll mount it that way. So the other thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a little piece of sandpaper, and I'm just going to rough up the area that I want to put the cable tie mount, just to make sure that it really, really sticks. You know, sometimes if the surface is super smooth, it doesn't stick as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sandpaper it, and then in the Wreath group, one of the Wreath groups that I belong to, I see a lot of people say, oh, my cable mounts don't stay. But a lot of times what it is the people don't take the part off the back to expose the sticky. So if you use these, make sure to take the paper off so that you can get to the sticky part. So, okay, let's do that. Let's get it all roughed up. We're gonna get this on. The hot glue is because I like to just reinforce it. I want nothing falling off this wreath. You spend your hard-earned money on one of my beautiful wreaths, and I want it to last. So let's do that. Again, you don't have to do this, but I just feel sometimes with it a little bit scuffed up, it'll help it to stick better. All right, then you're gonna take your, remember, take the paper off. And then you're just gonna put that down right over where you scuffed it. Same thing on the other side. All right, and then I like to give it some pressure. All right, then you can go ahead and hook your pipe cleaners through, twist it on. So excited. We're almost done, you guys. I guess I should have done a what time it was that I started. Now, obviously, it always takes longer when you're filming content, but what time is it now? It's almost 4:40. I think I started this around like 3:15, 3:20, and that's with taking some breaks and filming and everything, so not too bad. Normally it takes me right at about an hour, just under an hour to do the pancake. All right, so then I'm just gonna add a little bit of hot glue around the edges. Again, this part is also, whoops, I'll have to clean that off. This part is also optional, but I just like to make sure that everything I do is like really good and reinforced. So I just put hot glue all around that. Same thing on this side. Now, normally I would do this at the beginning, but of course I forgot to do it. So we'll do it now, and then that way the hot glue can really harden while I'm making the bow that's gonna go on the wreath. All right, so there is that. Let me turn this off. I'm gonna show you. This I'm going to take off because that was an accident. So I just got hot glue all around it. I'm gonna set it to the side, and I'm going to do a time-lapse bow. All right, we have finished the bow. Our hot glue is dried, and this is secure. Those aren't going anywhere. This is the bow that we just made. So I did the terry bow. It's huge, as you can see, but it's so fun and pretty. So let's get these on the wreath, and then we're done. All right, so here is our wreath, and I think we're gonna do this kind of at the bottom at a diagonal, and big beautiful bow up here. Oh my gosh, amazing. All right, so for our sign, we are just going to thread our pipe cleaner just right through the mesh here. You will hear me say this a million times. That's one of the things that I love about wreath making. There's no right or wrong. It's what you like. It's everybody's personal taste. It's what you choose to do, or your customer, you know, what they want. But I am not making this for a customer. So hopefully somebody will love it. All right. So you just want to make sure that you've got this on secure. I don't like to put it too tight. If you put your sign on too tight, like if you tighten your stuff down, it'll pucker, and I don't like when it does that. So you want it secure, but not, you know, don't pull it super tight. So, and I just wind it around. That way it still looks pretty, but it's secure. Okay. All right, the sign is on. It's not too tight. Everything under it still moves the way that it's supposed to and lays pretty. And then all we have to do is add our bow. Now, when we made our bow, remember we put a pipe cleaner on. So we're gonna use our pipe cleaner to attach our bow. And I think I'm gonna put it, hold on, I gotta stand up. Sometimes you just gotta get a different viewpoint. So let's see here. And that's the thing, play around with it, see what looks right to you. Okay, I think I like it right here. So I am gonna thread my pipe cleaners through, and you want this on pretty tight. All right, last step is just go through your wreath all around, fluff your bow in the way that it needs to be fluffed. If you need to trim any of your tails from your bow, do that. Go around on the other ribbons that you put on, okay, and put them where you want them, then kind of run over them with your fingers just to kind of give them a rounded off thing. It's not mandatory, but it's just those little extra little special details. That's it, super simple. Comment and let me know what you think, what you would like to see next. Thanks for crafting with me. Bye. Ooh.